Okay, hi there everyone, welcome. This time not in Somnium Space because there's some major update probably coming up. So we can't be there, but we can still do our interview here, the interview that is scheduled with Taylor Frost, aka Frost Creative on Twitter. So hi, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing really well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, that's awesome, and I love your background. It's way cooler than mine, just black
Oh,
here.
I live on a farm, so you might see some horses back there sometimes.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I love horses. I actually had a small farm here as well. We had 10 horses one time. It was really cool. I love it.
Yeah, I work in a farm every morning and I have my own as well. I have my own horse. And at one point there was 40 something horses, but now we're down to like 26 or something. So pretty big
Uh,
farm.
wow, that's impressive. So, and it's farm, like you have some place for people to ride and stuff. It's like sport or what sort of farm? I'm really curious. I'm sorry. People talk about your art, but
So I'm a competitive equestrian.
oh, nice.
So I have a horse named Jaunty. He's an Irish sport horse and he was shipped over when he was a baby. And we do eventing. Many people don't know what eventing is, but it's an equestrian discipline where there's 3 different phases and you need to complete all of them and they're all judged together. And the best person, who completed them all the most correctly and the best wins. So it's really fun and it's a big passion of mine. And it really introduced me to my love of animals, which is really prominent in my art. So it's a big part of my life for sure.
Okay, cool. Well, could you tell us a little bit more about eventing? So I know like show jumping, I know dressage. I might know eventing as well, but maybe not in English here. So tell us a little bit about the disciplines.
You're already 2/3 of the way there. So eventing is a mixture. I said the 3 phases. First one is dressage, second one is show jumping, and the third one is cross country.
Right, yeah.
So all of the equestrian disciplines, branched off from eventing, and eventing was the military back in World War I and II, how they tested military riders and their horses to prepare them for war.
Yeah.
So that created eventing, which then split into its separate parts as well. But the original military format is eventing, which is all 3 together. And you need to be good at all 3. And then hopefully you're in the running for a ribbon. But it is so difficult because instead of mastering one thing, you need to master 3. And it takes years and years.
Yeah, I know this. We actually, how it's called here in Czech Republic, we call it military, from the military tradition. And yeah, I like it a lot because, it because sometimes when people look at dressage and look at like pirouettes and these sort of complicated figures, it looks like it's just for show, or we are like we are doing something unnatural with the horses. But like one thing is that when you actually see horses in like free. Sometimes they actually do these figures by themselves.
They are not forced to do anything. And I always find it funny when someone says, oh, you're forcing your horse. Because I've been working with horses for 15 years and you can't make a horse do anything it doesn't want to do. Nothing. And you just need to be familiar with horses to know that. Because a horse is generally over 1,000 pounds, if not more. And if they say no, you can't make them do it. They really enjoy what they're doing. They are made to run and jump and all of that. And so, you should see how happy my horse's face gets when he's out there jumping. He is so happy. So I really like to help educate people about maybe they should try it one day or something, because if you work with horses, then you know that we're not making them do anything because you can't make them do anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can't even like a little pony if you just want to like push them somewhere, that's just no way.
No.
They are like even Little Pony is twice as heavy as like biggest man possible.
Yeah.
And they have 4 legs, you know, so that's
it's a partnership. It's a team effort. It's not me making him do it. It's a team effort. So, you know, if he's not having it, sometimes I get to a competition and he's just not having it and it just doesn't really work out, and that just happens. But sometimes we go, or most of the time we go, and it's just so much fun and he loves it and he's galloping as fast as he can and jumping everything, going through the water. It's great. He has a good time.
Yeah, yeah. And then the second part for the military is that actually all those figures have uses in like if you trying to, you know, fight or go to the battle, you don't try to make something that's you know, looks good. You don't care about that because it's a life and death situation.
Eventing, you're not judged on your style or how you ride. It's judged on, even though that's really important, because if you don't ride well, then it's not going to work out. But you're not judged on how you look. You're judged on if the poles stay up and if you're in the right time limit and if your horse stops at any of the jumps. That's what you're trying to do. But any of the good riders that can do all that correctly, they do look good because you do need style in order to make it work. So anyone who's whipping around and looks terrible, they're not going to do well.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, and I love that we started with this because I can see that you are full of energy. You really love this, so it's amazing, and you are in the middle of your life there on the farm, so it's amazing. And from that, tell us, how did you become an artist?
So that's actually really funny. So I was never artistic. I never painted. I never drew. I just wasn't like, I don't know, I liked it, but I was never good at it or anything. But then I discovered digital painting and I realized that I thought it was really cool what they could do and the colors and the effects. And I thought it was really neat. So then I taught myself over the span of 6-7 years, I guess it is now, to paint by myself digitally. And I have the same tablet. I've had the same little tiny tablet for 7 years. And I just kind of thought it was neat, gave it a try and kept giving it a try until I got kind of good at it. So there's no talent. There's no special, like I wasn't born with it. I just kind of worked at it until I was all right.
Hard work. Yeah. Well, I guess you were able to use the experience from riding horses from the sport because
probably the sport, I've been doing it since I was 5 years old, and you need to be very, you need to persevere, and you really need to just keep trying because it does a lot of this, a lot of, it's not a steady, everything's going great. It's generally, up, down, up, down. So you need to really learn how to persevere. And I think that definitely did help me in my art. Helped me keep going, and even when it looked terrible.
Yeah, well, that's just how it is. No one, or I think, no one is able to make beautiful whatever art or
very rare. Very few people are just born with it and able to do it because it's not easy, especially digital. Because digital, it's not. You got your pencil or whatever, and you go straight down on the paper. There's so many, layers and modes and technical stuff that took me years to figure out.
How did you learn? Do you have some trick, or have you picked up something?
Oh man, so many tips. But my biggest word of advice for sure is check out Aaron Blaze on YouTube. He's a wonderful, he's an ex-Disney animator, and he's an incredible painter. And he taught me basically everything. He has free videos on YouTube as well as paid courses you can take. And he's the one that really taught me a lot of stuff. So anything that I can tell you, he can tell you better. So I definitely think you should go check him out.
Okay, so is it Art of Aaron Blaze? Yeah.
Yes, Art of Aaron Blaze.
Cool. Oh, let's check it out.
Very cool. Very cool.
Hey everybody, my name is Aaron Blaze, and I want to welcome.
Yeah, I will shut down the music there, and we can yeah, it's a lot of stuff, and I can see a lot of animals. So
Yeah, he's mostly wildlife. He does people too, but it's mostly like he kind of does everything. He does some cartoon, some beautiful realistic. He does oil painting, he does watercolor, he does digital, everything. You can learn, like, it doesn't matter what kind of art you do. I bet you can learn something from Aaron Blaze.
awesome. I like the range, and I guess if someone is just interested in doing some animal art and they don't know what they would be good at, they can actually start here, try different styles, try different techniques, maybe different programs, and see what's good fit. Yeah, amazing.
Yes. And there's a bunch of, if you're not an artist but you like watching art, there's a bunch of speed paints of him doing all kinds of art too that are really fun to watch.
Yeah, actually I like that. I saw a lot of people doing actually even like real time, and they are making art, and it can be traditional and it can be digital, whatever, and they just streaming their creative process to Twitch, and it's like real time, and you can watch some.
He does live streams every week as well, so you can go in live and ask him questions and watch him paint, and he'll demonstrate live on the live stream. So very much recommend.
Well, okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Amazing. Yeah, I'm going through your OpenSea collection, so that begs the question: how did you learn about the NFTs? Because it's still a very niche area. Not many people still, like, probably like almost everyone heard that there are some like I don't know, like JPEG selling for millions and whatever nonsense, but not many people actually got in the space, either on art or collector side or just spectator. Very few people. So how did you learn about it, and how did you jump in?
So I actually learned about it quite late, I find. I wish I knew about it earlier so that I could have started building my business and my collection earlier.
Well, we all want to do, we want to that.
Yeah. But anyway, I, just like a lot of people, I think, I'm in with a couple of galleries, and one of my gallery people messaged me saying, "Hey, did you know about this digital art Beeple guy?" And I was like, "Wait, what? I didn't think you could sell digital art." And then I learned all about NFTs, which is just so perfect for me because I'm already a digital artist, and I do prints and I do custom pieces. I do custom commissions of pets and wildlife, and I get them printed out on a beautiful canvas or acrylic or fine art paper or metal. But to be able to physically sell them as they are already, that's completely different. And it also lets me animate them and add music and add all these elements that I can't do for a traditional on-the-wall piece. So I just had a really good time and jumped right in, and I've been growing ever since.
Awesome. Yeah, I see 4 months ago, 5 months ago minted some, so that's putting it February, March, right? Somewhere there.
Yeah. Yes. I think it was probably March, but I'm not sure. But it was about then for sure.
Yeah.
And I've been lucky enough to sell on both wax and F, quite a few pieces, so I'm really happy about that.
What was the second one? Wax was the first, I know that, and the second one was?
Ethereum.
Oh, yeah.
So on OpenSea, yes.
Yeah.
And then wax is on Atomic Hub.
Yeah.
And I also actually have a Tezos collection as well that I've just started working on, and that's on Calumet.
Oh, nice. Nice.
They're all different pieces with all different elements, and it's very fun.
Cool. Yeah, actually, I think a lot of people that joined in March, they were going into OpenSea. But you said that you have also wax collection. So did it come early or a little bit later? How did you get
this is only in the past month or so. Someone messaged me who is a very successful wax seller, saying that they really like my stuff and they'd really like to help me get into that platform. So I actually have a drop coming with Virtual Alaska, who's another wonderful NFT photographer who does on wax as well, Atomic Hub, where I painted and animated one of her photographs. And so this week we will be marketing and advertising that, and then we will be dropping that as well on Atomic Hub together.
Do you have already some pictures somewhere, or is it just yet prepared?
I do have it ready. I'm not sure how to show it to you.
Yeah, me neither.
It's on my phone, so I'm not sure how to show it to you. I have the animated one on my phone.
But
okay, how about I can get you the non-animated version?
Okay.
Because I have posted the non-animated version.
Yeah.
As I can show that as a bit of a teaser.
That's perfect. That's perfect. People have something to look for.
So that people can look at. Let me get that right now. All right. Let me get back to Zoom. And then I think I can share screen, can't I? Oh, no, you disabled it. You disabled screen sharing.
Oh, I will allow it. Yeah, you can do it now.
Good. This one. Here we are.
Oh, that's adorable.
So this is a collection of about 4 photos that she took of different polar bears and their cubs. And I kind of did a whole mix together, and I made it this nice snowy scene. And the animated version, though, that's the really good one, because this, it's pretty and all, but in the animated version, I have their fur blowing, and I have snow falling, and I have it shake slightly to this music, and the camera's moving, and it's really, really nice. So I'm really excited to drop that very shortly.
Okay, cool. So this is coming to, let me see. Yeah. So,
that's coming to Atomic Hub.
Right. And it will be some edition work? There will be more of them, or one-of-one?
Yes. So this one is going to be available at a very low price, actually. And there's going to be 49 available, because Alaska is the 49th state.
Oh.
So there's going to be 49 available, and it's only going to be about, what is it? I think it's going to be about $10 each. So really quite cheap.
Oh.
And I'm really looking forward to it. I wanted to make it really accessible to people, and a nice, easy thing for people to collect and just enjoy.
It's amazing.
Where my Ethereum pieces are one of a kind. That's it, and that's all, and are available at a higher price.
Yeah. I think that this is good strategy, and I know a lot of people are doing it like that. Using the ETH usually for one-of-ones, and then using other networks for. I will close it up. So here comes my my skill. So maybe you can close up the thing, so we can see you back. Oh, okay, perfect. I could probably do it somehow myself, but yeah, I would need to be smarter and more skilled than I am later. Okay, so that's really cool. I think a lot of artists are doing it in similar way, and it makes a lot of sense using hand for their edition works, and it's usually a little bit different than the main artworks, and yeah, that's cool.
And I really like the exposure that it's going to get me, this collaboration with Virtual Alaska, because I am very passionate about wildlife conservation. It's a really big focus for me. And I donate 10% of each piece sold to wildlife conservation causes. So and Virtual Alaska is also very passionate about that. So I think that we're really going to be able to reach the right people and hopefully get some funds in for these awesome charities.
Cool. Yeah, I love that. Could you send me the Twitter handle for Virtual Alaska? I would put it here and.
Virtual Alaska? Oh yes, absolutely. Would you like me to send it after or right now?
No, we can do it now. So people that are watching, they can check them out as well.
Let me get you that right now. She's wonderful.
Yeah, I love
Her photos are stunning. They were so nice to paint.
Awesome. Yeah, when we are talking to some about something, I like to give it a shout out because it's all about connecting people. So,
oh yeah.
That's cool. And you send it to me somewhere. So many ways. Where is it? On my Twitter or?
On the Twitter, I sent it.
Right. Cool. Okay. Yeah, got it. I put it on my main screen. Aljaška, virtual. Okay, cool. He asked you some crypto moonies. Okay, yeah, so good job. There's also some Discord, and let's check out the website.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Yeah, well, even some tutorial how to work with wax. Cool.
Yes. It's really great, and I think everyone should check out the photos because some of them are like really stunning.
Oh,
and she put all as NFTs, all as limited editions, and on wax. So it's definitely something for people to check out if they just love great photography of wildlife.
Oh, yeah. This looks amazing. Hey guys, yeah. So virtual Aljaška?
Alaska, yeah.
Alaska, yeah. I'm bad at English. Thank you for fixing that for me. Yeah, so check it out. It's awesome. I like it. I love the collaboration. So it's always really cool. Okay, amazing. Are you looking to do more collaborations in the future?
Oh, absolutely. I'd love anyone who is possibly interested. Hit me up. I'd love to do a collaboration with you. That just means more painting for me. That sounds fun.
I love your energy. That's cool.
Yeah, definitely up for more collaborations. That'd be great.
Cool. Okay, so maybe at this point we could start talking about your creative process, how you actually create your art. So tell us, who does it start? I guess with an idea, but where does the idea come from?
So I don't actually, most people start with an idea, really, where I start with a photograph generally. I start with a blank slate in my mind. I've got no ideas, and then I tend to scroll through different reference photos, free to use reference photos, and I scroll, sometimes for hours, until I'm like, yes, that one. And I just decide which one I'm inspired by. And then I will kind of just let it happen. Even when I find the photo that I get inspired by, I don't generally have an idea right away. Sometimes, and I'll work towards it, but for the most part, it's just, I just start painting, and then I start adding color, and then I just start doing light work, and then I just kind of go from there, whatever I want. I feel like adding some specks. I feel like making it glow, and I just kind of it's super spontaneous. It's not really planned at all.
Okay,
it's just,
okay. That's nice.
Look at this beautiful animal, and then what happens?
Yeah, well, actually a lot of artists work like that. And yeah, we have here Odsity watching right now. Commenting, that's cool, cool cause you're working on with Virtual Alaska. Odsity, do you know Virtual Alaska, or just you just like the idea? Yeah, so we have some people watching. That's always nice, especially when they are not silent. So hi there. Okay, so you're starting. First you are hunting for your inspiration. So that's cool. What's then?
Hunt for inspiration. Sometimes it never comes, but generally it does. There's a lot of really beautiful photographs out there that photographers allow you to use just for free. It's wonderful.
Oh, maybe we can actually, because I heard that from multiple people, but I never asked what are their sources. So I think that's good to talk about that as well. So what sort of sources for these photographs are you using?
So there's many Facebook groups that generally in the title it's like free photos for artists or something. I think that's one of them, but there's many groups like that where photographers will post their work 100% free to use. And then there's also websites like Pixar or Unsplash is my favorite. That's UN Splash. I find the collection of photographs on there great. And again, it's just photographers putting their work out there to get more exposure, 100% free to use for anything, anything. So it's not just artists. If you need like photos for your website, for whatever reason, or photos for marketing or branding or whatever, it's all free to use there for any purpose.
Cool.
As long as you don't steal the photos themselves, of course.
Yeah, that's not good. Okay, nice. So this is the first step. And what do you do next?
After that, it really depends what it's for. So after you start with the base, and then you start with the colors, and then you go with, I generally do shadows and then light, and then crazy colors. Sometimes it mixes up the order, but generally crazy colors kind of come in last. I kind of go splash, splash. It depends. And then after that, I will either, if it's a commission, I will send it to the person, and I'll get it all set up in my store for them to print out and deliver to their home. It gets shipped right to you. Or I will just put it up on my DeviantArt for people to enjoy. Or if it's an NFT, I tend to animate my NFTs. So I will take that piece, and if I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna mint this because I really like it, I'll then put it into a phone animating program that I really enjoy. It's really worth the money. I believe it's called Motion Leap, and it's made for photos, but I can import my still photographs, and I can animate the hair, and I can add snow or rain or fire or music. They have a collection of free to use music that is not like, the typical Apple music. It's not that. It's just a collection of sounds and crackling fire and slight soundtracks, it's all free to use. And then there's so much you can do on Motion Leap, but generally I animate the fur. I add effects such as fire or snow. I add a camera motion so that it like moves with the painting and moves with what's going on, just like you're actually there, or like it's a cinematic experience. And then I will add the music, and maybe play with the colors a little bit, and then that tends to be it. It's so much fun. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, I remember when I was playing with fire, literally, in After Effects. It was so much fun. I was creating like this planet, it was so all on fire.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And with animals, it must be even cooler than that. Yeah. And you have some butterflies here. I'm actually looking on your wax. These two, I think it's foxes, probably?
Yes, the two foxes. It's wolves. It's two baby wolves, and they're being all cuddly, and I added some cute little butterflies flying around. I wanted that one to be really cute and sweet. Where my other one on wax is this fire leopard, and he is like walking forward, and there's smoke and there's flames coming off of him, and he's walking through still water, so you can see his reflection, and it's like slightly shimmering. And there's this really nice, like there's this camera shake, and that one is my most popular one, for sure.
How do you create the reflection of the water?
Like while I'm painting, and then I animate the water movement on top after. So while I'm painting, I'll paint the top half, and this is where digital painting is cool because there's these little tricks. So I'll paint the top half, and I won't touch the water at all until basically the very end. And I will finish the top half, pretty much. I then copy it, flip it, and blur it. So I'll flip it underneath, and then I'll do a motion blur away from the animal so that it looks like ripples. And then I will paint in ripples. And it, I find, makes a really nice water effect. You can see that on my DeviantArt. I love doing like slight, beautiful reflections in water. I do it quite often. So if anyone wants to check that out, it's all on my DeviantArt.
Cool. How do we get to that link?
DeviantArt, I sent it to you 3 links ago, I think.
Okay, let me
I can
check.
also put it on screen share if you'd like.
Oh yeah, I have it here. Yeah, it's here. Cool. Let's put it here and we can check that out. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's my main. On Instagram, I only post my best ones. On Twitter, I only post my best ones. On DeviantArt, I post everything. So if you want tons of art, there it is. It's on there.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I also have like commission info and blog posts and speed paints. It's all on my DeviantArt.
Cool. Wow. So, well, that actually leads me to the question. So you are doing NFT art, and you're also doing commissions. So you probably started doing commissions even before, like, or you actually was saying that, like, way
Yes,
before.
I did custom commissions first, and then I discovered NFTs. So now I do both. I have my NFTs where I sell my own personal pieces, and I animate them, and I have the online. I kind of call them the digital originals. That's because that's kind of the original format. And then I also do one-of-one prints. So it's kind of the original print because there's only one. And I also do unlimited prints and also limited edition prints. But mostly people like, getting a piece just for themselves. So mainly I do custom commissions.
Nice. How does unlimited prints means? How does it work?
Sorry, how does what work?
The unlimited ones. So those are NFTs as well, or just physical prints?
The commissions or the animations?
You mentioned that you are doing unlimited versions as well.
Oh, sorry. I know. I was meaning the physical prints.
Right. Yeah.
I have some pieces that are available for purchase forever.
Yeah.
And then I have some pieces that are a set amount. Where for NFTs, I have set amounts for everything. Just some are one of one, and some are limited edition. I don't have at this point any unlimited, forever available pieces. They all have set limited editions to help hold their value in the long term.
Cool. Yeah, I was actually curious because I haven't seen it before. So, but I know it's actually quite regular in the physical space. So
that's where I get the idea from.
Yes.
The galleries that I work with, I don't think we have any unlimited prints in the galleries. It's only limited edition, if not one of a kind.
Right.
Because digital art is very, very new to the fine art space. I mean, there's still people that have no idea what it is. So that's why NFTs is so cool, because it's kind of bringing the validity of digital art to the mainstream and the fine art community. But I find lately a lot of galleries have been totally open to the idea. Like the idea of printing it out and that being one of a kind. We only print it out on, museum quality, gorgeous material. And it really does look, some of them, especially like acrylic pieces, it looks like I painted it right there. It looks almost traditional. So it really is really cool because it's allowing the digital artists to enter the fine art space. And I hope to keep growing there.
Okay, well, that's interesting. So you actually have some like exhibitions or just like your art being in the physical galleries?
Yes, so I have one gallery mostly, and then I'm also in a couple exclusive artist groups that hold exhibitions, such as people have probably heard, this is a very big group that I was very fortunate to be accepted into. I didn't think I would be. It's called Artists for Conservation, and it's a wildlife art group that hosts these expansive exhibitions all around the world. They do touring exhibitions, and a portion of the proceeds goes to animal conservation charities.
Oh, nice.
So it's really wonderful. I have my work coming out in a book, actually. They have a tabletop coffee book, which is really, I mean, it's like a heavy book with these beautiful pages filled with art. And I have one of my pieces in the book, which is very, very neat.
Nice. Yeah, I like it. I think it's starting to come together, but still I see the two words. They're just the boundaries are still there, or I don't know. Maybe you don't like from your perspective. Maybe it's not like that. So Tell me, do you think that the digital or this like new NFT space and let's say the world of the traditional art galleries, they starting to mix together, or is it still very early?
I think they're definitely, it's not yet so much. You're still seeing the NFT galleries and then the traditional galleries, but it's just a matter of time. There's no way, with the amount of money in NFTs and the amount of quality art, there's absolutely no way that traditional galleries are going to stay completely in their lane. I think there is, there might still be traditional and NFT, but I think there's going to start getting a whole bunch of mixed because it's all art and it's all quality and it's all worth, the attention of the public. So I think it's a matter of time.
Yeah, me too. I sometimes get a little bit puzzled because sometimes when I talk to artists and we are doing the exhibitions in my metaverse gallery, and they asking me if they can display something that wasn't minted,
Yeah.
So it's is it art? It is, so yeah, you can display it. I don't care.
Digital art is art, and people who say differently just don't get what digital art is. I don't know, maybe they think, you click a button, there it is, but it's really not that way.
Yeah, it's
So
a lot of work.
it's just a different medium.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to join the DeviantArt, so I will not be getting these pop-ups.
You can definitely, you can see it without joining it, but joining it, I recommend it. There's so much art there. I really enjoy it. It's the place where I have the most artistic people enjoying my work and commenting and following me. So I really like it. I think it's fun.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I love it.
Yeah, and it's a great portfolio site too. It's a great place to have all your work so people can see it.
Yeah, it seems so. Well, when we are talking about the conservation, then I think it's not so much lately, but especially like month or two months ago, there was like this huge wave of like NFTs are killing the planet, and it's still a little bit there. The blockchain and how much energy does it actually cost, and the gas fees were over the moon. Also, they're still quite high, but so what would you say to people that are telling you like you are trying to save the planet, but you're actually making more harm than good?
Oh, I've heard all of that. And the thing is, a lot of, the Wax and the Tezos network has very, very low energy usage. And I am fortunate enough to be in a project called Project Arc that uses NFTs and the money they raise to donate to all kinds of animal charities. Right now, our charity is in the Carpathian Mountains and is helping to save the bison and the other animals of the Carpathian Mountains. And they have had a huge breakthrough. And I'm not sure it has been 100% announced yet, but they announced it to us, so I'm gonna guess I can announce it to you, where they have managed to create a network on the Ethereum network that mints on OpenSea, and it uses 1/1000th of the energy.
Oh, that's cool. Maybe that's Polygon because
I believe it is called Polygon. Yeah. And I remember they said that they had just integrated it into OpenSea. So I'm not sure if it is Polygon, but it might be. But yes, that is something that I've been using because Project Arc has figured out a way for it to be very energy efficient. 1/1000th of the amount. I mean, almost nothing. So that has made it much more environmentally friendly. And the technology is evolving. So even if you are not using that network, they're working as fast as they can to make it more energy efficient because they don't want to use that much energy either. It's not a good business plan. So they're working away at it. It's not a good business plan to need to keep paying that much money to be running your network. So that is something they're working on really quickly, and it is something that Project Arc has managed to somehow figure out. I wish I had more info on that, but I remember that was a couple of weeks ago a really big deal, and they were getting business calls, and they were getting people were jumping at it. So
cool.
you should hear more about that soon.
Okay, so maybe it's something different because I don't know. I know that your main collection is on Ethereum directly on mainnet. But it's of course because it's older. You minted there like 5 months ago. Actually I'm using the Polygon on OpenSea to mint some of my like artist cards for sort of commemorative tokens for people that have exhibitions. I send one to them, and people can buy some of them. And I want to keep them like very affordable. They start at like 0.01, so it's like $20 or something like that. And transactions fees are nothing. There's actually gasless. Like there are probably some, but you don't pay for it. It's like the cost is so low that I think like OpenSea can just like pay it because they get much more just from when the transactions happens, they get their cut anyway. So.
Technology moves on, so it's not going to stay this expensive and this energy costly for very long because it's going to move on so quickly. They have no reason to keep it this way, so it's going to move on. I don't know how soon, but this isn't going to it's not going to be a continuous thing that's going to completely destroy the planet. It's not good at the minute, but it also has so many upsides for conservation and charity work. The fact that you can track the money and ensure it goes to the right places for charity work, and the fact that you can send money all over the world immediately. I mean, there are so many upsides to charities using cryptocurrency that I just kind of look at all the wonderful possibilities for conservation. And hope that they get on it and fix the energy usage soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like that you jumped when you learned about it to the 2 packs that has very low transaction fees. It's I think it's EOS, right? Yes.
Basically nothing. And that's why Ethereum is where I keep my one-of-a-kind, more expensive ones for the least energy usage possible. Tezos and Wax is where I do the multiple editions because it has, a fraction of the energy usage. So I do keep that in mind, and I do, that's why I do it that way.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. So I like it. Yeah, and I look at it in a similar way. So of course, like when I can decide where I will be minting it, and know like people that actually want to mint on OpenSea, they can mint on Polygon on OpenSea. And there's like one more step. If someone wants to buy, they need to like wrap their ETH for the Polygon network. But like everyone's probably like doing that already if they are bidding on OpenSea, because on OpenSea you need to wrap the ETH as well for like different purpose. You need to wrap the ETH for bidding. So this is different wrapping. You can't use the same ones, so that gets a little bit confusing. But then, anyway, it's the same process. You just wrap the ETH and you map this is another contract of wrapped ETH for Polygon on MetaMask, and that's the same thing. You can just use it.
So there's already a pretty good alternative, so that's really good to hear.
Yeah, exactly. And like on OpenSea, when you are looking at artworks, what to buy there, you actually need to like here I need to go to the details and see, okay, like this blockchain, it's Ethereum, or there would be like blockchain and there would be Polygon. But from the like the artwork or the NFT, you can't like see which blockchain it is. Usually you can find it by the cost, because on Polygon people usually mint the addition works that are less, but it's actually no one prevents you from minting on Polygon and selling for 1 ETH. It's just your decision. And you are yeah, of course, like there are some integrations that like don't work for Polygon yet. So if I would like to put my Polygon artwork to my metaverse gallery, it will not work at this moment. But it's just a matter of time before they for them to catch up with all of these tools. So yeah, I love it. I love it. So many possibilities. Okay, so we are closing to the last section, and I would like to talk about your particular artworks, and you can tell us more about those. So I think we already talked about the one that you are doing, so that's great. And now we could jump into your OpenSea collection. And look here. So I'm looking at the Battle of the Angels. I really love the colors here.
I love that one. Everything that I put there, I really quite like. I do have a couple favorites. Would you like me to share the screen and show it at the same time?
I'm actually showing it right now. So you can just talk about it, and you can tell me which ones you want to talk, and yeah, I will do it on my side.
Yes. So I have lots of favorites. Basically anything I've minted there is quite a favorite. But I think my top favorites are Battle of Angels, Deadly Sweetness, and oh man, what's that name of the other one? Let me go see. It's basically a collection of wildlife where I have cheetahs and lions and cranes and zebras and elephants, and they're all animated to music. So I find it gives a really immersive experience, and I try to really touch the viewer, because my main goal is to educate people about wildlife and nature conservation. So every single piece has a big old blurb, which is a story, or my thinking behind it, or basically what the piece represents on the theme of wildlife and nature conservation, as well as on the theme of several different social and psychological issues and problems. It's a lot more than just a piece of art, and I recommend people read the blurb because it adds a lot of depth to the pieces. Because it's a lot more than just, oh, look at those pretty birds, you know? Like Deadly Sweetness, oh, there's so much packed into that, about beauty stereotypes and about like the social pressures and about all kinds of stuff like that. And that is all written in this poetic blurb on the piece. And it really is, it's really fun to me. For me, art is a lot, it's not just, wahoo, you know, I just did this for fun. There's not really any meaning behind it. Every single one of my pieces has a lot packed in there. And it can be as deep as you want it to be. Like it can get really deep on some of my pieces, where it's also just fun to look at if you didn't want to think about it. It's also just like, oh, look, pretty birds, pretty elephant, cool lions. So yeah, that's definitely a favorite. I recommend people look at Deadly Sweetness and Relief the most, because I think those are my favorite. I also have one called The Judge that I really enjoy, and that has a lot of meaning behind it. So basically everything on my OpenSea I really quite like. A lot of them are older art because I did do it about 5 months ago, but I do have a whole collection waiting of newer art that's waiting for these pieces to sell. And I've currently sold 3, and just keep going. 3 out of 5 or so. I don't remember. It's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Oh, here actually comes a question, because you said like you're looking for inspiration, and you don't know what it's going to be when you are creating the artwork. And at the end, you have the artwork, you have the animations, you have the music, and you also have this wonderful story behind it, which gives it much more meaning. So where does the story come from? Or from where and when?
Yes, that comes as I'm painting. So I start off with, look at this cool animal, I love it. And then as I start adding color and light, I start adding in the symbolisms and the meanings and the metaphors and all of that, I start thinking it up, because each piece will take me 6 to 8 hours. So as I'm out there painting, I'm just thinking, and as I'm thinking, I will start to create this story and start thinking about all kinds of world issues, and then I start adding some of those kind of issues that I'm thinking about into my work as I'm creating it.
Cool. Yeah, it's a really wonderful process. How long does it take to create one of these artworks?
Generally 6 to 8 hours.
And do you do it in one stretch, or do you separate it?
I really like to sit down and do it. So for smaller pieces, that don't have complicated backgrounds and sceneries and stuff, I might sit down and do it all in one stretch, because I really like to work that way. But sometimes you just don't have time. So then I'll do it in a couple days.
Okay, nice. Awesome. Yeah, I love it. Well, we are coming to the end. So maybe do you have anything that you would like to tell that I wasn't asking about? Something I missed?
I think you touched most of the bases, but I definitely just want to tell people to really appreciate the world around you, and do what you can for wildlife conservation, and to check out my art, and hopefully it can inspire you.
Awesome. That's a wonderful message to the end. Where can people reach out to you if they would like to do some collaboration, find some of your art, maybe want some commission from you? What is the best way?
So if you want, a collaboration, a commission, or just to say hi, it doesn't matter. Just send me a message on any of my platforms. Twitter at Frost Creative, Instagram at Frost Creative Spot, and DeviantArt as Shiveren. That is SHIVEREN. You can reach me anywhere. I'm active on all of them. Twitter would probably be the fastest, but I check all of them every day. So send me a message and we'll have a good time.
Perfect. Yeah, so for those of you that are watching now on Twitch, the Twitter name is in the stream name. If you are watching later on YouTube, all the links are in the description below, so you can just click on getting all the description, scroll down, and then you will be able to find it and reach out. If you are there also, and if you got it here through all the video, which is quite long, then you probably like it, and so it would be good to hit the like and subscribe if you want to hear more of these stories, and leave us a comment so we know what you think. What do you like? Maybe some of the artworks that you liked the most. It would be great to know your taste and know what you think, and what do you think about nature conservation and all topics that we talked about. So that will be it at this point. It was a little bit different episode. I'm really looking forward to see what Somnium is up to with their updates, and with that, thank you all for watching and have a nice day, and goodbye, Taylor. It was great talking to you.
Thank you for this opportunity. It was wonderful.